Hello and welcome to At Your Service, where we get a taste of what the culinary and hospitality industries have to offer. I'm your host, Tim Banks, and I thank you for joining me today. The 26th annual celebration of the Arts Council is coming to Howard Community College on November 4th, starting at 6 p.m., an evening that combines delicious culinary options, an opportunity to bid on artwork, and the competition that finds the next rising star will be happening right here. And to talk more in depth about the event itself and what it takes to put it together, all the moving pieces coming to one, I'm joined by the Howard County Arts Council's Development Director, Stephanie Schuster. Welcome to our show.
Thanks so much, Tim. I am thrilled to be here.
Happy to have you. So let's start off our conversation today, learning more about the Howard County Art Council. So the first question that I have is, where are the vision and mission? What is the vision and mission of the Arts Council here in Howard County?
Howard County Arts Council is to enrich and uplift the lives of everyone in our communities by advancing the arts, artists, and arts organizations for the benefit of all.
Oh, that's awesome.
And our
So
vision,
what inspired Yes. What inspired the council to create the celebration of the art event 26 years ago?
Well, at that time, our board president was Steve Gershman. He's a local resident of Columbia, and he's been a longtime champion of the arts. And he wanted an event that would do two things for the arts in Howard County: elevate the arts and the depth and breadth of the arts that are available in our community, and highlight all of the amazing artists that we have, and also raise some money for the Arts Council. So one of our first events, and for the first several years, the idea was to highlight our grantees. One of the Arts Council's primary roles in the community is to provide grant funding to arts organizations, and we do that in three different programs. We have Baltimore City Arts and Culture grants, which those are grants that go out to groups in Baltimore City that Howard County residents really have the good fortune of being so close to, things like the Baltimore Museum of Art or the Walters Museum. And then we have a program called our Artists in Education, and that is where we put artists into the schools. And this year we are granting anywhere from 15 to 20 grants each year to put artists directly into classrooms working with our pre-K through 12th grade students. And then our biggest grant program is our Community Arts Development Program. And that's where we're giving out project and organizational support grants to community arts organizations. And those are going to be organizations such as Columbia Orchestra or Columbia Pro Cantari, and those kinds of groups who provide the dynamic arts organizations that really add to the quality of the life in Howard County. And so Steve's thought was that we wanted to create an event that highlighted those groups and also helped raise money to support those ongoing grant funds, but also our operations as an organization. And so that is how it got started.
Great. What a great beginning. So I'm sure over time, over the past 26 years, you guys have come up with some really great traditions. So to mix the old and the new, what are some of those traditions and what are some of the new things that you guys have going on?
Well, we still include our grantees. A lot of times they come in as our guest performances, but the main stage performance has shifted to what we call the Rising Star Performing Arts Competition. And this is modeled off of shows like American Idol or The Voice. And it's really a way to showcase individual and small group ensembles who are performing artists. And we have up to 10 finalists who compete every year. And at the end of the night, the audience gets to vote for their favorite. So each year we award this year's a Rising Star winner, and they get a $5,000 cash award. with no strings attached, and it's meant to help them develop as an artist and do what it is that they do best. So that came into play many years ago now, but has been a really successful addition to the event. And so now we bring in our grantees as our guest performers, and we'll have 2 or 3 of those in every event each year, but the main focus is on the individual Rising Star performances. And along with that, we have our Howie Awards. This is a longstanding tradition. We've started that in the 90s when the event first came into being, and we've grown that. So while it stays the same, we've changed it up a little bit. It's a way for us to showcase the individuals and businesses who really create, teach, and support the arts in Howard County. So each year we award an outstanding artist award, outstanding arts educator, and outstanding community supporter of the arts. We have 2 additional awards that have come online in the last couple of years. One is called the Legacy in the Arts, and that award is really dedicated to individuals who have really spent a significant amount of time and energy and effort contributing to the arts in Howard County. This year's winner is Frank J. Owens. He's the director of bands at Centennial Lane Elementary School, and he's just retired. But he has spent his whole career dedicated to building bands and music in Howard County. And so that's a way, that award is a way to acknowledge individuals' longstanding commitments. And then we have another one, which is the Colleen West Leadership in the Arts Award. Last year that went to Gino Malfino from the school district. And that one was started when Colleen had her 20th anniversary. And it's a way to acknowledge the work of the arts administrators behind those performing arts groups and visual arts organizations who are doing the day-to-day work of making sure that the arts have what they need to flourish and be an engaging part of our community. So that is another way that we have grown the event and kind of tweaked those traditions to make it even more engaging.
Well, very nice. I know it's a heavy lift on you guys' side to put something like this together. So kind of walk me through that process from soup to nuts, what it takes to really develop and have such longevity with an event of this size.
Well, I think that, I always when I first came, I was like, I love this event. I think that the key to having a successful long-term event is having it be fun. And I think this event is super fun. This is not a traditional fundraiser where you're going to sit down and listen to some amazing people speak or, the more traditional way that folks can raise money in the arts. This is really a mission-infused fundraiser. The reception is some of you may know, is a wonderful start to the evening. It's 6 to 8 p.m. and we bring in 50 to 20 local restaurants and caterers to provide their best dishes for our artists to try, or for our guests to try. And then you go into the May stage performance and you are entertained by all the talent that Howard County has to offer for the next 2 hours. And it's such a fun way to support the arts and contribute to the arts. And it's a great way to spend an evening. So I think that's why it's lasted as long as it has. And I don't see it changing anytime soon because it's really a great, great event and it's super fun. But it is a lot to put together. That is no doubt.
So, great. I know it's going to be great. I am absolutely looking forward to it. I know it's going to be a smash. Looking at your website, it talks about some of the delicious culinary treats, right? What can we expect from a culinary food offering aspect? I know you mentioned restaurants will be there. What do they usually showcase?
So each year we go out, we have a food committee, and there are 4 to 5 members of the community who work diligently every year to engage local restaurants and caterers and ask them to participate in the event. And we ask them to each present at least one appetizer, small plate, or dessert that can feed all of our guests. And this year, I believe right now we have 15 tables reserved, which is the perfect number. And the committee this year has really done an excellent job of creating a well-rounded available options. So we have traditional American fare, we have Indian food, we have some Afghan food, we have it's going to be a really good mix this year of different types of foods. So you can see something like Cupcakes and Company is coming this year for the first time, and they're going to have their little mini cupcakes. And if you have not had a Cupcakes and Co. Company, you are missing out. They are delectable. And we are going to have folks from Maywan Kebab, and it's also their first time, Cilantro Cantina. So they generally do smaller appetizer things or small plates. But we'll also have Tino's Italian Bistro, who always does a great selection of Italian food for us. And their secondary restaurant, the Periodic Table, is also joining us this year. And we've got some traditional folks like Cured and 18th and 21st will be there. So it's a really excellent mix, and we try to keep a wide variety of options for the guests to choose from. Anything, again, from appetizers to small plates to desserts. And we try to not only mix the cuisines, but we also try to mix the types of food that's going to be available for guests.
Great. So lots of variety can be found. And talk to me a little bit about the intersection of art and culinary and how you guys see that as a vision going forward.
Like any creatives in our community, we want to honor the culinary artists of our community. It's a great way for folks to showcase the food that their restaurants or their businesses can offer to our community. And we encourage them to also create beautiful spaces on their tables and beautiful displays. So while we don't have a vote for favorite dish, because it would, I think, just be too hard to choose, we do have awards for best presentation. So we're trying to encourage our culinary artists to really step into that space where they're presenting their food in an artistic way, and they're communicating that vision at their table space at the event.
That's awesome. As a chef, I'm so passionate about food and food presentation and the artistry that goes in it, because we're so visual, that art can really be created on the plate, as the plate is the frame for the actual artwork to live in. So thank you for that. What else can people expect to find out at the event? I know we got some music and we've got some entertainment. We've got lots of great food, but what else?
Well, we also have an art auction. Every year, the event includes a silent art auction that's going to be in the Rouse Gallery. This year, we have about 49 pieces available from local and regional artists, and that's going to be anything from jewelry to two-dimensional artwork that you can purchase to add to your collection. It's a great way to support the visual artists, buy some new pieces. A lot of the artists do contribute the purchase price to the Arts Council, but also lots of them we split it with. And so it's a way to support those individual artists while seeing some great art and hopefully adding some work to your collections. And then we have a raffle. This year's raffle is going to be as amazing as always. Raffle tickets are only $5 each, and each of those raffle baskets right now, and we're not done yet because our deadline's not for a couple weeks. Right now, each of them is sitting around $10,000 each in value, and that's going to be things like, right? I saw that face. They are great prizes. There's going to be 3 raffle baskets. They include anything from trips to restaurant gift cards and theater tickets and portrait sessions. And so our team has gone out and asked other arts organizations and local businesses and organizations who are willing to support us to contribute to those raffles. And then we sell those tickets at the event, and we raffle those off during the main stage performance. So it's another fun way to engage and hopefully win a prize.
Great. So what are some other ways that people can interact with the Howard County Arts Council, and where can they find out more information? Everyone always wants to know, where do we go for information?
You can go to hocoarts.org. That's HOCOARTS.org, and that is our website. We serve three primary functions in the community. We provide a home for the arts, and that's the Center for the Arts here on 8510 High Ridge Road in Ellicott City. Here we have 2 galleries where we host regular visual arts exhibits. We have a dance studio, we have a small black box theater, and we have classrooms where we can host arts classes and workshops. And in addition to that, we have 14 resident artists who have studios here, and along with 3 arts organizations who have their offices here. So we are open 7 days a week, and you're always welcome to stop by and check us out. And then we also host classes and camps. We just finished off our super successful summer camp program here at the center. We ran over 70 classes for kids ages kindergarten through 7th grade this year, and we're going to be kicking off our fall classes in just a couple of weeks. So those are always fun. We try to offer a wide variety of classes for kids and teens and adults. So if you're interested in those, you can check those out on our website as well. And then we, as I said earlier, we're a grantor. We're the primary arts funder for Howard County. We get support from the Maryland State Arts Council and from Howard County government, in which we in turn re-grant out to arts and organizations in the community. So that is our annual grant program. We're going to be hosting our annual award ceremony and annual meeting on September 22nd, along with the closing reception for our current exhibits. And that is a great way to check us out and see all the amazing organizations that we are supporting this year, and also, see a great exhibit and have a few snacks. We always love to have a few snacks.
Is that happening all day on the 22nd? Is that an all-day event?
From 6 to 8 p.m. Nope,
6 to 8 p.m. So in the evening on
Yep.
Friday, September 22nd, stop by the Arts Council and see what they've got. I'm sure it's going to be a real visual treat. I've been investigating art classes. I'm not a artist by say, I'm a culinary artist, but totally different from working with different mediums. And I want to start investigating and learning about doing some painting or sketching or something like that to train that side of my brain, get that side a little more engaged. Since I do so much scholarship and scholarly work on one side, I need to do a little more artsy side and nurture that side of my brain as well. So is there anything else that you want our listeners to know about? We're happy to share while we got the time.
I would just say go to our website and check us out. We have way more than you think we would do as a small organization. And we are here to support the arts in our community. And we do that in lots of different ways. And we hope that you will join us fostering a dynamic community where the arts are central to our everyday lives.
That's great. So can you give me that website again, just to be sure our listeners got it?
www.hocoarts.org. And so it's HOCOARTS.org.
Great. So this is one of my favorite parts of the segment. As we get a little closer to the end, I'm going to ask you 5 questions, and you can answer them how you feel. It's pretty much a rapid fire question challenge, but they're all fun. So the first thing, question 1, ready? The first question is, what is your favorite artist? Or who is your favorite artist?
Oh, my favorite visual artist? I'm going to say Mark Rothko. I'm feeling some color.
Mark Rothko. Yep. Very good. So if I picked up your iPhone and I listened to your playlist, what can I expect to hear?
Oh, Taylor Swift. I have a 14-year-old daughter.
That's perfect. Awesome for Taylor Swift. Question number 3, favorite ice cream?
Ooh, Moose Tracks.
Moose
I like
Tracks.
that combination.
Yeah, it's got a party in your mouth. Okay, next
Chocolate,
question
they're vanilla, they're
is,
crunchy.
yeah, you get a little bit of everything. I like the moose tracks too.
Yeah.
So if you could have dinner, past, present, or future, with one person, who would that be and why?
Oh, I'm gonna get emotional and say my mama.
Mama. Very
Yeah,
nice.
my mama.
Okay. And lastly, question number 5, favorite meal of all time?
Oh, my grandmother's eggplant parmesan every single time.
Okay, I've got an eggplant
She was
parmesan
the
story for you.
okay.
So go
I'm
ahead.
in.
You talk first, and then I'll tell you my story.
Oh, my nan would make sauce on Sundays, as all nuns would do
Mhm.
on Sundays. I grew up Italian, and then we'd have pasta dinner, and then she would always have leftover sauce, and then she would make fried eggplant parmesan, and it was amazing every single time, and I miss it so much. But it was a delicious, home cooked, filling, warm, tasty, lots of good
Uh-huh.
textures, so good.
So did she call it tomato gravy?
Oh no, we're sauce family.
No, it was sauce. Okay, that's what I'm looking for,
It was
sauce.
sauce.
Okay, so when I was a very young man in culinary school, one of the first dishes I made for my family was eggplant parmesan. And I had some really picky eaters. You know, your family's your worst critic, right? Especially when they think, oh, well,
Right?
what's he thinking he knows about cooking now, right? All of a sudden he's an expert. So I made this eggplant parmesan and they devoured it. And that developed my passion for Italian cooking. That is one of the
Oh,
foundations of my culinary skills. I love it. I love the freshness of it. I love all the process, start to finish. The herbaceousness of basil, the aromatics, the garlic, everything that goes into it just harmonizes so well together. It is delicious to eat. And thank you. You're going to make me go home and make a batch of eggplant parmesan. So
well, I
this
hope it's
year,
delicious as my nuns.
we're excited because Howard Community College is participating in the event. So our culinary arts program will be there this year. We had to sit a few years out post COVID, but we're back, and we're so happy to be a part of the Arts Council, and everyone is buzzing and looking forward to it. The students are talking about it. The instructors are talking about it. So we're really excited about coming out, participating in this event, and seeing what the locals bring as well. We get to experience art and food and camaraderie, the networking, the socializing is all going to be at the event. So if you're new to Howard County or if you've been here and you just haven't been out to check them out, please come out to the Arts Council on November 4th. Tickets are available online. Do we need tickets for it?
Yes, you do. There's $50 tickets and $100 tickets, and they're available
$50
until
tickets.
the day of the event.
And okay, so we got 50 and 100. Great spend because you're going to get to eat, you're going to get entertained, and you're going to get to see some really fantastic art in the community. I'd like to thank our special guest today, Development Director Stephanie Schuster from the Howard County Arts Council. And that brings us to the end of our show today. Stephanie, anything else for us?
No, just thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure talking with you today.
Thank you. And I hope you've enjoyed our conversation and leaves you hungry for more. You can catch new episodes every month. Listen to our podcast on dragondigitalmedia.podbean.com and stream on Howard Community College's YouTube channel. If you'd like to explore career opportunities in culinary and hospitality, HCC offers a wide variety of options for all. Check them out on our website at howardcc.edu. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next month.